Welcome, newcomers, to the edge of the unknown. It's a world teeming with life, with battles fought in silence, with creatures as diverse as the rivers and lakes they call home. You're here because something calls to you too. The thrill of the chase, the tranquility of the water, the primal satisfaction of a successful catch. Every angler, from the seasoned veteran to the wide-eyed novice, has their own tales of triumph and defeat. Consider this your crash course in the fundamentals, the essential tools you'll need to navigate the intricate world of fishing. Today we're diving headfirst into 5 key tips designed to equip you, the beginner, with the knowledge and confidence to land your own underwater adversary. We'll be exploring everything from selecting the right gear to deciphering the language of the water itself. So, tighten your lines, bait your hooks, and prepare to embark on a journey into the heart of angling. Before we even think about tackling the denizens of the deep, we need the right equipment. Just as a seasoned explorer wouldn't venture into the jungle without a trusty machete, a fisherman is lost without the proper tools of the trade. We're talking about the Holy Trinity, the rod, the reel, and the line, each as crucial as the last. First up, the rod, your weapon of choice. Now, rods come in a dizzying array of lengths, materials, and actions. For our purposes, a good medium-action spinning rod will serve you well. It's versatile enough for a variety of fish and techniques, making it the perfect companion for the budding angler. Next, we have the reel, responsible for dispensing and retrieving your line with finesse. Again, simplicity is key when starting out. A spinning reel, properly matched to your chosen rod, will provide smooth casts and reliable performance. Remember, we're not after record-breaking leviathans just yet. Focus on mastering the basics. Finally, we come to the unsung hero of our setup, the fishing line. Monofilament line is a great all-rounder for beginners, offering a good balance of strength, castability, and affordability. Later on, you can explore the world of braided lines and fluorocarbon leaders, but for now, stick with the basics. Don't be afraid to visit your local tackle shop and seek advice. Experienced anglers are a wealth of knowledge and can help you select the right gear for your specific needs and target species. Choosing the right tools for the job is the first step towards a successful and enjoyable fishing experience. Now that we've got our tools sorted, let's move on to something equally important: mastering the art of tying knots. I've seen grown anglers reduced to tears by a knot that wouldn't hold. It's a humbling experience, losing a prize catch because of a poorly tied knot. But fear not, my friends, for mastering the art of knot tying is an achievable feat, even for the most ham-fisted among us. There are countless knots in the angler's arsenal, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. But for now, we'll focus on 2 essential knots that will serve you well in most fishing situations: the improved clinch knot and the Palomar knot. The improved clinch knot is a versatile knot used to tie your line to a hook, swivel, or lure. It's relatively simple to tie and provides a secure connection when properly executed. Start by passing the line through the eye of the hook and double it back, forming a loop. Then twist the tag end around the standing line 5 to 7 times, depending on the line diameter. Pass the tag end back through the first loop you created, then through the larger loop formed by the twists. Moisten the knot and pull it tight, ensuring the coils lie neatly against each other. The Palomar knot is another excellent choice, known for its strength and simplicity. It's particularly well suited for braided lines, which can be notoriously slippery. To tie the Palomar knot, double about 6 inches of line and pass it through the eye of the hook. Then tie a simple overhand knot with the doubled line, leaving the loop large enough to pass the hook through. Pass the loop over the hook, moisten the knot, and pull it tight. Now, with our gear sorted and our knots mastered, it's time to delve into the world of bait and lures. The age-old debate: live bait versus artificial lures. It's a question that has plagued anglers for centuries, and one that often sparks heated discussions around campfires and tackle shops. The truth is, both have their place in the angler's arsenal, and the best choice depends on a variety of factors, including the target species, water conditions, and personal preference. Live bait, as the name suggests, involves using natural prey items to tempt fish onto your hook. Worms, minnows, crickets, and even smaller fish can be deadly effective, appealing to a fish's primal instinct to feed. Live bait is an excellent choice for beginners as it requires less finesse and often results in more bites. Artificial lures, on the other hand, are designed to mimic the appearance and movement of prey fish. They come in a dizzying array of shapes, sizes, colors, and actions, each designed to target specific species and fishing conditions. Lures can be incredibly effective, but they often require a bit more skill and experience to use effectively. When choosing a lure, consider the type of fish you're targeting and the water conditions. For example, a brightly colored spinnerbait might be perfect for attracting bass in murky water, while a subtle jig might be a better choice for enticing wary trout in a clear mountain stream. Experiment with different types of bait and lures to see what works best in your local waters. Don't be afraid to ask for advice from experienced anglers or tackle shop employees. They can provide valuable insights into the most effective baits and lures for your specific needs. Now that we've covered the basics of bait and lures, it's time to delve into the art of reading the water. The water may seem like an impenetrable barrier to the untrained eye, but to the observant angler, it's a living, breathing canvas, revealing the secrets of its inhabitants. Learning to read the water is an essential skill for any angler, allowing you to identify prime fishing spots and increase your chances of success. One of the first things to consider is water temperature. Fish are cold-blooded creatures, meaning their body temperature fluctuates with the surrounding water. Different species have different temperature preferences, and finding these sweet spots is crucial for locating fish. A good thermometer and a basic understanding of fish behavior will serve you well. Current is another important factor to consider. Fish are opportunistic feeders, often positioning themselves in areas where the current brings them food with minimal effort. Look for current breaks, eddies, and seams. These are prime locations where fish like to ambush their prey. Structure, both natural and man-made, provides fish with shelter, shade, and ambush points. Submerged logs, weed beds, rock piles, and even bridge pilings can hold significant numbers of fish. Learn to identify these underwater havens and you'll increase your chances of finding feeding fish. Pay attention to the surface of the water as well. Disturbances, such as ripples, splashes, or swirling water, can indicate fish activity. Now that we've covered the art of reading the water, let's move on to the final and perhaps most important tip: practicing patience and techniques. Fishing at its core is a game of patience. It's about waiting, observing, and making the most of every opportunity. You can have the best gear, the most enticing bait, and a keen understanding of fish behavior, but without patience, you're unlikely to succeed. Casting is often the first hurdle for new anglers. It's a skill that takes practice and precision, but the rewards are well worth the effort. A good cast allows you to present your bait or lure in the right spot, increasing your chances of enticing a bite. There are countless casting techniques, each suited to different situations and types of fishing. For beginners, the overhead cast is a great place to start. It's a versatile cast that can be used with both spinning and bait casting reels. Once your bait or lure is in the water, the next step is retrieving it in a way that mimics the movement of natural prey. This involves a combination of reeling, twitching, and pausing, depending on the type of fishing you're doing. Remember, every fishing trip is a learning experience. Don't get discouraged if you don't catch anything on your first few outings. The more time you spend on the water, the more you'll learn about fish behavior, reading the water, and refining your techniques. We've covered a lot of ground today, from selecting the right gear to mastering the art of patience. Remember, these 5 tips are just the beginning of your fishing journey. The more you fish, the more you'll learn, and the more rewarding the experience will become. Now, it's time to put these tips into practice. Head out to your nearest fishing hole, armed with your newfound knowledge and a healthy dose of patience. Don't be afraid to experiment, make mistakes, and learn from your experiences. Tight lines, everyone, and until next time, happy fishing.